Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland alongside Bruce Woodburn. We've been discussing inventory numbers, investor loans, our Leapfrog program, June 18th. Register at webringyouhome.com. I want to jump into something, Bruce. I got a couple emails, and I've had people ask me this. And, you know, you got to, if you're going to hire a realtor, you got to have a buyer broker agreement. And I've had some people, and you had one too, you talked about, they're not getting any feedback. They're calling the guy. And he's like, I can't show you homes. And the guy's like, well, if you don't buy with me, you owe me, and you're locked in for 6 months.
She's so frustrated. She got referred to this agent, and he's a nice man, but I'm calling her going, why aren't things happening here? And she goes, I think it's my realtor. And I said, well, just switch realtors. She goes, well, I signed an agreement and I'm stuck with him till September. You're going to miss the whole opportunity then. Yeah. So don't sign an agreement. Would you force somebody to use you if they didn't want to use you?
My agreement says there's no penalty to break it. If you say, hey, Cleve, your team's not doing the job, we're not going to pay you, you're not doing everything. But what's funny, Bruce, is I had somebody said, we've already interviewed a realtor, and I said, let me show you what we do. I went through a PowerPoint presentation of all the things we do shopping for a house, keeping them updated, helping them, with the financing, telling them to get with you, getting your credit straightened out to raise the rate. Negotiations, how does that work?
Raise the score, not raise the rate.
I'm sorry, yes. But the making sure you get the right offer structure. Do you have to have costs? How important it is to convey this to the other agent. Because sometimes we're not always dealing with the sharpest knife in the drawer on the other side. Making sure that we're going to, on repairs, we get what we want. Are you in a multiple offer situation? How to handle that? All these things we've gone through. Because literally, Bruce, I see 50, 60 offers a month in my office, of which I get a bunch of deals to work out of. But the advantage is my experience. I know what works, what doesn't. Sometimes, the art, like you find the house you want, you present a great offer. Sometimes the hard part is getting the other agent to respond to you, to call you back and pinning them down.
It is an issue that the general public do not realize they even have.
Yeah, until you're in the middle of it.
It's a
horrible experience.
I've got it right now. I'm dealing with it right now. I've got a client. They have a wonderful agent. She's very kind, just not that good experienced. So the client went under contract. They thought the agent asked in the negotiation for seller paid closing costs. By the time I went over the numbers with them, I said, the sellers aren't paying any of your closing costs. They said, what do you mean? They said, we told our realtor that's what we wanted. She didn't put it in the contract. So now they got like $15,000 more out of pocket than they were expecting. And they're like, oh my gosh, well, we really need to go over this house before we go over the numbers. I said, no, you go over the numbers first, so you know what they look like.
Exactly.
So now the realtor's texting me back going, can you get them a lender credit? I'm like, with interest rates where they are right now, you want me to get your client a lender credit? Yeah. You know what a lender credit really means?
Money out of your pocket.
It means that the lender will pay part of your closing costs by increasing your interest
by increasing
rate.
the rate. Okay, raise it up.
Okay.
All right.
So the clients can't go any higher in interest rate, or else they won't qualify for the mortgage.
Yeah.
Okay. But the realtor is so inexperienced that they're asking to do things that they have no idea.
I had one call me the other day was asking about the WDO report, which is your termite wood destroying organism report. And what she really was asking about was, when was the appraiser coming through?
No.
I'm just like, okay, bless your little heart, but we're getting it done. And I've got to do a lot of work to help these inexperienced agents. If they got a good buyer in the car, I don't want to penalize that buyer.
No, it's
but
not
I help
the buyer's
them as
fault.
nice as I can be to that. But my job is to make sure I get a good deal for my clients. And especially, the building inspector, he prints a phone book for them, 57 pages of everything that could go wrong with the house. But really, there's just a couple loose roof shingles, a GFI, and a leaky faucet.
Sure.
And I say, no, we're going to fix that. I've had people asking for new AC units when the AC unit needed to just be cleaned. And so you got to know what's realistic there. Because what I see is they don't understand the closing costs, how it works as a net to the seller. They don't understand the commission. They don't understand an inspection report, and then what that means as far as getting credits done, or insurance costs. They don't understand these things. And our buyers, we help get through that. But it's a lot of work, and you've got to know what you're doing. And experience matters. If you're going to talk to a realtor, make sure you say, how many families did you help last year? And if they look at you with a quizzed look on their face or big eyes, maybe you check with somebody else, or just call me.
Any realtors' numbers and tell you how many units they've sold, whether it's the buy side, the sell side, what the address of the property was. And I can do the same thing for lenders. And it's interesting because I get people shopping me all the time. I mean, I expect that every client's shopping their mortgage. Okay. I'd be foolish to think that you're not shopping me. So you know what I do, Cleve? I get the client on a Zoom appointment or in my office, and we will literally pull up our competition's interest rates on the internet. And what do you think happens then?
You
What do
don't
you
have
think?
any competition.
I don't have any competition. So the first thing I'll do is I'll go, okay, what's your bank? I pull up their rates and they're, well, wow, your rate's just as good or better. Then we'll look at Rocket. Oh my God, you're killing them. I look at this one. Yeah, I can literally show you almost any company's mortgage rates because most of the time
They're getting the money from the same place.
they're getting, well, not only that though, but they're calling and they're getting a quote. Like it'd be calling Rocket Mortgage and go, what's your rate today? 6.25. Oh, well, you have an 808 credit score on a $700,000 loan, putting 20% down. Well, wait a minute. I didn't read the fine line on that.
Yep.
So, and the reason they do that is because most people aren't doing that. Even if you have a good credit score, I'll show
It's the bait
you.
and switch.
I will show you how my mortgages are going to be superior to what you're looking at. That's why I'm in business. That's why I'm one of the top producers, because I will literally lay it on the table so that you can see what I have, what my competition has. 407-250-9144 for the Lone Ranger. That's 407-250-9144. Or go to webringyouhome.com or register for Cleve and I's Leapfrog class, a wealth building class on how you can amass wealth in real estate. That will be Wednesday, June 18th at 6:30 to 8 o'clock in Winter Park. Go to webringyouhome.com.
That's right. I really think we're coming into a busy summer. I'm hoping these rates will settle down, Bruce, and then we probably will start
I hope
picking
so
up.
too, but
I want to
just
get
don't see
ahead of
any
last
that
year's
happening right
sales. I
now.
like seeing, I like to be able to kind of look at the appreciation, say, look, you made this kind of money. Buyers, you need to get off your fannies and get out there and start looking.
Right now is your
Call us.
opportunity, buyers. I don't know what else I could tell you, man. I'm telling you.
Leapfrog class, June 18th. Great start for you. We will help you get started on that. But now's a great time. If you want to make a real estate plan, call me 407-352-8118 and then cleveloveland.com. If you want to own, you want to buy, you want to be a landlord, you need to sell, you want to downsize, I will help you with that plan, whether you're plan on it this year, next year. You want to build some wealth with a bunch of rentals, call me. We will help you out.
Yeah, we can help. And my name's Bruce Woodburn. I'm the Lone Ranger. I've been in the mortgage business, God, for 35 years. And I'm right here in your backyard. But here's the difference in choosing me and choosing your bank or an online lender. Things tend to get a little more complicated in a real estate transaction than a lot of people are expecting. Things, people need explanation. You don't need to be a number. So a lot of folks may feel like, oh, if I have an 800 credit score and I'm putting 20% down, I can go anywhere I want. You can, but you deserve the best attention. You deserve the best of the best. Why wouldn't you come to me? Look at my track rating. Look at my references. I'll show you reference after reference after reference. And you can call realtors, call past clients. There's not many lenders have as many clients as I've had over the years. Not
realtors. I can't say enough about that because you rescue probably one deal a month. And I try to get people to use you when I see a hinky approval letter or I hear something like, well, they're self-employed, but this lender's got them done. I'm like, how long have you been self-employed? Like 14 months. I'm like, okay, I don't know if we got this here. Before I take my house off the market, I need more info from your lender or call Bruce now.
Well, I'd sure like to be able to get to it before other people screw it up, because sometimes if you go to the lender that screws it up, and particularly if it's an FHA or a VA transaction, you could actually mess it up for even in the future. So it makes it even more difficult for me to fix. So don't waste your time. Veterans, do not think USAA is your best choice. I promise you they're not. They have trained you to believe that
they got a
are.
NASCAR team, national TV ads. What else?
I don't know.
Signs at your local major league baseball stadium.
I don't have a baseball team,
or NFL.
Football team, soccer team. I don't have a sports stadium. You know what I have? I have great rates. I have the care. I have the knowledge. I truly care about my clients. I truly, truly, truly care that you always are getting the very best advice and you know how to navigate it. I've got clients. Matter of fact, I'm doing loans all over the United States. I mean, I've got clients right now in North Carolina, Georgia, Indiana, Oklahoma, Louisiana. I just closed in. So anywhere you need a mortgage, I can help you. But listen, stop messing around with these online brokers who are promising you the world and then they have no control. A broker can't underwrite a loan.
They can't update me.
They can't do anything.
I Google their addresses. And sometimes it's their house. And
Well,
I'm like,
probably is their house.
why is your lender in a subdivision? Like it'll be
Yes.
on the pre-approval letter. And some of them are smart and they have an office suite, but that they rent. But
I know, but you know what? The fact of the matter is,
cracks me up.
it just call me. If you don't think I'm giving you the very best, fire me. Just fire me. I promise you won't, because you'll always get the care, attention. You'll get the explanation. My team is literally unbelievable at helping you put your loan together. That's what they do. And I spent a lot of time building that. You want references. You want every type of loan. You want FHA, VA, USDA, conventional, construction perm, renovation loan, DSCRs, self-employed, no income, doctor loans, reverse mortgages, refinances, streamline refinances. You name it. I got it. I could go on and on. Mobile homes. Listen, you want a mobile home loan? I'm telling you, we got the best mobile home loans that there are out there. A lot of lenders don't even know how to deal with them, but you got to know what you're up against. Realtors, stop screwing around with these rinky-dink lenders you're dealing with and come to the loan arranger and I'll get you fixed up. We'll get your clients taken care of.
What's you still got your construction perms too, talking about new construction. The regular production builders, you do an end loan.
Yes.
But somebody's got their land. I've got 5 acres for sale in Apopka for $599. Excuse me, 10 acres for $599,000. Somebody wants to build their big farmhouse and an outlaw
barndominium, whatever you want to build on
outlaw
there.
Suite, all those things. Tell me
how that works in the
construction.
If either you're going to buy your land and I can include it in the mortgage into the construction loan, or if you already own the land, whatever you have in equity is equity, just like down payment. And then we get you and the builder together. You do a contract with the builder. I finance the transaction, just like any other mortgage. Now, the difference in a construction loan is that your interest rate is going to be different during the construction phase.
And it won't lock in till the end.
Well, no, I'll guarantee you a lock in the beginning. It's just not going to be as low as today's rates. But when you're 30 days from finishing the house, I let you float down to market rate.
Okay.
Free of charge.
And isn't some of your builders paying the interest on that or no? Not.
Yes, I do have a couple builders paying interest. I've got Crown Builder, they'll pay it. I've got Eastern Homes. I'm dealing with Pine Castle building out in Wedgefield right now. I mean, I've got all kinds of builders that will work with you on custom and semi-custom homes. I'm doing a bunch of them down in Palm Bay right now too.
Yeah.
Got Crown Builders is doing very, very well down there. So if you want a builder to build on your lot, or you want to find a lot, Cleve will help you find the lot. We'll connect you with a builder and we'll put the entire thing together.
VA construction perms?
VA 100% construction
FHA?
perms. FHA construction perms.
It just amazes me.
I'll do a USDA renovation loan. That's nobody's even heard of it.
You crack me up.
And nobody's even heard of it.
Does Ron just sit around doing peyote and just like,
no, Ron doesn't do drugs.
And they're just sitting there just smoking, thinking about what can I come up with next?
He's just one of those geniuses
Super
that
smart.
all he does is think about.
He probably hangs out with Elon, doesn't he?
Well, I don't know about that, but because he's very wealthy, but he's not on that level. But I think that he thinks of ways to make our consumer and our realtors' lives better. And that's really what we've built this business around. So if you want a great mortgage, I would be honored for you to put me to the test. Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger, 407-250-9144, or WeBringYouHome.com. Cleve Loveland, I want to thank you again. I hope you have a great weekend. He can be reached at 407-352-8118 or cleveloveland.com. Don't forget to register for Cleve and I's wealth building class on June 18th at Winter Park at 6:30. Go to WeBringYouHome.com. Have a great weekend, y'all.